Good morning. So yesterday evening we decided to have a chilled evening with family and enjoyed a lovely dinner together. We've had a really relaxing, slow start to our holidays, which has been nice after a busy few weeks. I think today the weather's not meant to be too great, so we're looking forward to another relaxing day. And then I think we're going to start doing a little bit more throughout our trip. This morning we're going to have some breakfast together, and then I think depending on the weather we're going to head to a vintage market and just have a wee look around, which I'm really looking forward to. I think hopefully if the weather brightens up later on in the day, we can also head out and have a wee walk in the evening. So we're looking forward to another relaxing day today, and then hopefully we'll get up to a few different things throughout the week. We're currently spending a few days in the countryside and the scenery around here is lovely, so it'll be really nice to just go out and discover a few new walks and places whilst we're here.
Déjà, c'est aujourd'hui que toute une année s'est passée dans ma vie. Et si je t'attends ce soir tout seul ici, c'est que tu as
Good morning! So today is Easter. We've had a lovely few days so far with family. Today we're going to have a bit of an Easter celebration. We've got some lovely meals planned and we're going to be having some family and friends over. And the weather's much better than it has been, so hopefully we're going to get out for a little walk at some point during the day. The weather is looking much better over the next few days, so we're going to hopefully get out and do a few more things. Hopefully we'll discover a few new places and have a relaxing few days. We are currently on our morning walk to the bakery to pick up some bread and pastries, and then we're going to get our day started.
C'est une chanson qui nous ressemble. Toi tu m'aimais et je t'aimais. Nous vivions tous les deux ensemble, toi qui m'aimais, moi qui t'aimais.
Sun and enjoying the better weather. We've spent most of the day outside after our walk to the bakery in the morning. We've just had a lovely lunch with family, so this afternoon we're going to go and try and walk it off a little bit through the vineyard and enjoy the lovely weather. today is our first day of proper good weather, but I've already ended up with a bit of sunburn, so it's not very promising for the rest of the trip, but I'm really hoping it'll turn into a nice tan in the end.
C'est une chanson qui nous ressemble. Toi tu m'aimais et je t'aimais.
So yesterday evening after a walk we headed home and enjoyed some dessert together and had a really quiet and chilled evening together. So far today we got off to a slow start and enjoyed some breakfast at home. This afternoon we headed out to a vineyard for a party with some family friends where we've enjoyed a barbecue and some games and drinks. We're now going to head out for a little walk nearby and see what's in the surrounding area. It's somewhere that Sam and I have never been before and it looks gorgeous, so we're just going to have a wee wander and see what we can find.
Why do I have my camera with me?
morning. So after our walk yesterday, we decided to head home. Once we arrived home, we headed straight back out on a bike ride to try and make the most of the last few hours of light and warm weather in the day. And we had a lovely time together out on the bike ride. I never really filmed too much throughout the rest of yesterday, so I thought that I'd come have a little catch up with you just now. We had a brilliant time at the barbecue and we met so many lovely new people who had travelled from all over the world to now live in the south of France. So it was really interesting to hear all their little stories and how they came to be living down here. We really enjoyed our little walk in the countryside after the barbecue, and I found that down here there's so many little places to explore and discover in the countryside. I think compared to the countryside at home where it's often filled with little animals, it's much easier to discover new places out here, as most of the fields are filled with vineyards instead, and there's also lots of little public paths. So there's plenty of places to find wherever you are, I think, in the countryside in the south of France. So we've been really trying to make the most of that at the moment and exploring our local area and just getting outside and enjoying the sunshine whilst we have it. Later in the afternoon for our cycle, we headed out on electric bikes. It was the first time I'd ever ridden an electric bike, so it was really quite an adventure. I definitely wasn't the best at it, and also probably a bit too short for the bike itself, so it took me a wee while to get used to it, but I really enjoyed it once we were out there. And we had a lovely time out on the bikes and managed to catch the sunset. Anyway, I think I will leave this video here. We've had a lovely few days out in the countryside and we're really enjoying our trip down to the south of France so far. It's really starting to warm up now. We're looking forward to hopefully having some lovely weather for the rest of our trip. Today we are going to be heading into Béziers and we're going to spend a little bit more time in the cities over the next few days. So I will leave this video here, and if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about how we get on with the rest of our trip and the places that we're visiting, then make sure to catch up with me in my next video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you next time.